So I'm going to wait. I'll be waiting here. Love to see the higher prices.
All right.
If they just without me, then I'm not going to chase it. I am going to follow my process, and this is what my process looks like. He uses inversions, okay. Good morning, Ash. Hey, what's up, Advanced Server? How are you doing today? His boat is sick. Yeah, his boat is awesome. We got to go out on it multiple times. He's a great guy. He's got, yeah, that boat was sick as well.
All right, so
good morning, Jack.
We're definitely bullish on the morning. We're looking for something that allows us to retrace back into it, some sort of gap. This thing's a rocket ship this morning. So I'm going to sit and be patient. And this video is just to make sure I don't overtrade or do anything stupid in my trading. And yeah, here we go. I am streaming a guy I listened to. His name's Ash Trades. I've been listening to him last week. So I'm just listening to his ideas as I trade as well. So you might hear some background noise.
Risk management is what is going to get you, right? So if you have strict risk management with any type of model, breakout models, inversion models, divergence models, SMT.
A couple things that happened today. So we opened up with a huge new week opening gap down here, probably because of the news that Trump put out last night saying that the war is officially over. We don't know if that's legit, but obviously that sent us into a bullish frenzy, which also kind of jumped right over this old daily, I think this is daily fair value gap on the daily chart here on the 4 hour. It's a little gap. So I would be interested to see at some point if we come back down in this area. I don't think it's going to happen today. But I am interested in possibly coming back down into this 15-minute. It's actually a 1 hour gap as well. We've already swept. Get rid of this. We've already swept London on both. We did pre-market for. We did a pre-market for ES, post-market right after bell rang for NQ. Now we're at New York PM high. I lost all my things on this. I don't know what happened, but I gotta believe there's some liquidity up in here that I'm missing. Yeah, this is like a PM AM high right here. Sorry, I'm on my other screen right now. All right, well.
For me, and that's completely okay. I want an account on Instagram. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, good luck. We do giveaways all the time because we're trying to provide as much value as we can to the community. So many people have been able to get payouts from these giveaway accounts. So imagine a free account providing a source of income. That's why we do it, to try to help out the community. So market's still pushing higher so far. I wonder if today's going to have to be an initial balance day. Because we're not getting pullback.
Yeah, this thing's going straight up. Big opening. It's actually only 100 points so far. Not as big as I expected.
Let's see what happens.
Huh.
Good morning, Ash. Wine is already at all-time highs. Is that right? Let's take a look. All right, WYM. Maybe YN's leading the way. See if NQ and ES want to head there as well. Beautiful move higher so far. Beautiful. Yes, today might have to be an initial balance day because we're just not getting any type of pullback here. Let's see how many points this is. Already 57 points too. All right. Have you got any advice on how to stop exiting trades too early? Are you raising your stop loss above break even? Yes or no? A lot of people get taken out of their trades way too early because they rush their stop loss above their entry level, thinking that they can now hold on to a position risk-free, when that usually just takes them out at break even, and then the move actually happens. So if you're rushing your stop loss to break even, in my opinion, it's very clear that the data is telling you that you have to keep your stop loss at the original location so that you don't take yourself out of the trade. Right? So if this is not a real trade right, I'm just trying to talk about and show what I'm saying at the same time. Right? So imagine if we got into the long here, right? And now that it's gone a little bit higher, we decide to raise our stop loss to break even.
All right, we need to see some sort of pullback, or this is just going to be
imagine if this was our entry.
A rocket ship all
Then we
day.
know that invalidation, meaning the trade is actually wrong when we go below this low right here. So this is when the idea is actually wrong. If you're moving your stop loss above break even way too quick, you're rightfully saying that you're willing to be taken out of the trade at a net zero reward, even though you're not wrong with the idea.
All right, so we did just sweep
Guess what? It comes back.
New York AM highs and are retracing.
Because here you go. Now you're break even, right? And instead of being wrong where you're supposed to be wrong,
Old level.
Target, right?
Both indexes just swept.
Still goes to full target. Then the idea was always correct because you were never taken out where you're supposed to be wrong. You just rushed your break-even stop, taking you out of the trade right here. And then let's see if we go to full target now, right? It's starting to bounce a little bit. We'll see.
Curious to see how we react a little bit out of this 5-minute gap.
All I'm trying to say is you have to.
Not a big 5-minute gap trader.
And this is why we jump.
Because they either, kind of 50-50. Sometimes they just blast right through.
Your stops to break even too early are always leaving you with a lot of break-even trades. Then clearly it sounds like you have to give your stop losses a little bit more room to allow the position to play out. So the only reason why you would do that is because you don't fully accept the risk. You move
And this one might work.
Even because you don't want to lose any money. But then you make it harder for yourself to make, right? Because, here we go. We're heading back. This is just going to be a perfect example. Here we go, right? Here comes target here in 2 seconds. Wow,
Yeah, that probably would have worked.
here comes TP, right? So you took yourself out at break even.
I'm okay with missing it.
I mean, boom, TP, right? So that couldn't have been a better example. That couldn't have been a better example. Instead of getting taken out at break even, why don't you just leave your stop where original invalidation is, and there you go. You just hit TP. All because you wanted to remove the feeling of risking money, right? That's the reason why you moved to break even too early, because you don't want to risk money anymore.
So this London house swept.
So incredible.
So
that's just incredible. And then now, just to change the conversation a little bit, like now let's just think in terms of math, right? Just think in terms of numbers. If all of your losses are always going to be full size stops, right? Like you get in here, it goes all the way to a full stop loss. If all of your losses are always full size losses, and all of your wins are just above break even, right? So very tiny wins and very large losses. Think about it in terms of math. You are not going to make progress there, right? Because you need to put the numbers in your favor. Unless you're like a 100% win rate trader, the math's not going to math there. And then your account balance is not going to be able to grow because of it, right? It doesn't matter if you're an 80% win rate trader if the majority of your wins are great.
all right, we're just sitting on our hands for now.
Is not going to increase. So just think of it in terms of that. Gotta be putting the numbers in your favor, and that comes through executing.
So what we're looking for essentially is we need a 15-minute gap to fill or form. We got a minute 25 left before this candle. We've already swept two highs. I mean, we could see it come back down into this area. I would love to see it come back down into the 1 hour because that gives us a lot of room back up to the top.
So, beautiful move high today. Love to see this play out. It does look like we are setting off bullish speeds for this a bit early to be executing the IB, so I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting here. We're waiting for something to develop.
Okay, so let's see what our range looks like. Yeah, wouldn't mind pull back down into this area.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I don't see any sort of good pullback. I don't want to short this market because it's super bullish right now. It is making newer highs and higher lows consistently. There's no need to look to short this market. This is the one that you was looking at already. And this week's open authentication is IB of the trades. I didn't even take any trading yet. But now potential bullshit instead of delivery. So I'm not even the trade right now. I'm not even in that trade. What I just pointed to was a bullshit instead of delivery. You are almost pointing to this right here. Right into a 5-minute fair value. Right here. Right, so after tapping into that, there's a bullish chain that say delivery
right here. So that's what I pointed to. Can you please explain? Why can't I read? What's that? Can you please explain one more time the reason why you are bullish today? Yep. Right here. Okay.
So what's interesting right now is NQ is still rallying up, and yes, actually looks if a bullish change in the state of delivery, down, and it broke above. So this could actually be. This would be, I think, a unicorn if it comes back down and touches into this and ricochets up. NQ's not waiting for it though. So we had our first 15-minute gap form. Got to wait for this one to close before we can actually map it out though, because it could come back down and touch into here.
How many accounts can be copied, and do they all have to be the same? So it depends on the setup. So if you're in TradeAway will only allow you to copy one prompt at a time. And if you're using a third-party trade copier, then you can connect multiple firms together. So it depends on the setup. Depends on if you're copying in TradeAway or copying in a third-party trade copier. Good morning. I'm late, so waiting for most 10 a.m. for better setup. Nothing good for me. We're opening up with again. I need some type of retracement. We're looking for higher prices. We're getting those higher prices. Love to see the buy out. Can you explain why this is a change in state of delivery in a constant uptrend? Well, this is a downtrend. It's a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low. And this right here is a downtrend. And the growth of that downtrend will change in state of delivery to continue to keep going. The reason why that is a bullish change in state of delivery because it tapped into an area in which it took liquidity. And it did that while running below a swing low. So the down close candles that run below a swing low into a fair value gap. Okay? And then I believe there was also S&T. So you clearly see that that was an area in which price took liquidity. Right there, so 940 to 943. 940 to 943. Right? S&T shows you now it has been taken over strength and weakness of markets. So we saw the strength here in Q because it made the bottom. We saw the S&T because EX ran below that level. That literally means that they took liquidity.
Yep, this thing is running.
This is where they're taking from. And NQ showed strength. Therefore,
This might be a pretty boring one today. We knew we were bullish going into pre-market, so I wonder if there was anything we missed.
So, a bullish change in state delivery is a mere determinant of the trend changes right here. This is a trend. And then we started in here. So when the first time the trend changes, and you can see that on S&T. S&T shows you when there's strength weakness of the marketplace. And then
In the 5 minute, maybe we'll actually see this.
What do you think? What do you think? Am I in? You enter, sir. Guys.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to look at pre-market. Obviously, sweeping London lows was good. On the ES, we did it as well. I don't see any trade setup for it, though. It was interesting that it took a while for us to sweep London. We did it right before open. Just blasted through it. We had already blasted through it 4 o'clock this morning on ES, which shows, I guess that'd make ES. Wow, we're up almost 4% today. That's freaking bananas. Well, I feel like it's not going to last. So this will turn out to be a 15-minute gap here.
Hold on. Now it's going to be funnier. Remember that break-even conversation?
Let's see how ES is doing. Goodness. Rocket ship. We still have, I think, 7 minutes before this 15-minute gap is actually validated. So I'm just going to keep that in mind.
What a move this. Beautiful move higher. Beautiful move higher. The bulls are now paid.
Curious to see what the rest of my portfolio is doing this morning.
Yeah, so that's why we need to be more patient with our winners and less patient with our losers. You gotta be overly patient with our winners. You gotta allow our winners to win, because that's when we make progress. Well, I mean, extremely happy to see the higher prices, but if they ran higher or fell down, there's nothing to do here for me to say that. Love to see the bias correct, but completely okay that they ran without it.
This market is wild.
How's everybody else doing so far this morning? Throw 1 in chat if you're green so far on the day or the week. Throw 2 in chat if you're red on the day. And throw 3 in chat if you've yet to trade today. How's everybody's week starting off so far? We know the orange green. Couple ones, okay. Handful of 3s. Yeah, I got the 3 going for me. I'll gladly be patient here. Just a side note too. I'll let the long-term bags go higher, right? It's very easy to be patient having some of those longer term positions too, because this also feels really good right here. This also feels really good when we zoom out a bit. So we'll still see if we have something here today. Maybe it'll be an initial balance day, but nothing yet so far this morning. Maybe we get the initial balance. What do you think? That pump is because of Trump? Yeah, I mean, price always comes first. There's always going to be news for everything. So, however you want to justify.
We're just sitting on our hands and waiting right now.
This market's made to go higher.
I think the only opportunity I think is going to present itself is if we come back down to this 15-minute gap. If we blaze right through this gap,
I'm long-term bullish. This thing just
put another one down low. We've already swept London low.
That's always been the direction, right? It's always been we've been going higher for so much time. I understand, like the gap up, yeah, that accelerates things, and that's why
This is a rejection block.
Right? Maybe the news drives that, but we have been going higher for quite some time.
Another rejection block. I gotta find the first presented though.
There's always going to be some kind of narrative to shape like a reason why it goes higher or lower, whatever the case be.
We got 2 minutes for this 15-minute to complete, and then that's what we'll be looking for some action. Now, inside this 15, I'll be looking for an IFVG or something comes in and touches, maybe a change state delivery, SMT, something like that, in order to target the highs we just came from.
Do we want to call that technical driven? Because seeing that there's not much price action in this area makes sense that it could be. Because there's not much going on in here. This open area here. Right? So was it fundamental or was it technical? Could be either one. You can always
pretty ugly 15-minute candle.
Any type of price action. Maybe we get a tap into a 15-minute fair value gap here. I wouldn't mind this too. I know there's a big wick here, but let's see if this creates SMT right here into this 15-minute gap in about 20 seconds. Yes, it's holding higher, so let's see. Maybe we do get something here.
Yeah, so this would be 42-point stop.
All right, so NQ's tapping into a 15-minute gap. While ES is probably not, right? The gap is down here.
Okay, ES is not tapping in the gap. I like this setup. This is 2-to-1. Could get a little bit lower. I probably like it a little better, but that lines up for me. Let's see how we do out of this gap.
See if ES taps into this gap too.
Mapping out these 1 minutes now to show if we flip. that going to be it? Barely attached into it.
Might be the one that we tried here, so we'll see. ES might be the stronger pair here. We finally tapped into a gap that I could work with, so let's see if
I'm taking this. We did get an small IFVG here. Put our stop.
Looking at it on ES, because ES made the higher low, so this would be the stronger pair since the S&P.
I want to see it get close above this quickly. If not, I may call this one early because I think it could come back down deeper. Yeah, I'm not sold on that one yet. We want to see a change in the state.
If they go lower and take out the SMT, then we're going to start over here because then we would have a new change in the state of delivery. And we need the SMT here, so let's see what happens.
It could go from here. I should have put it below this target. I don't know what I was thinking there. That was a dumb move. On ES. Now we're getting the IFVG.
So again, NQ's trying to make the bullish change and stay in delivery there too. We'll see. Do we go for a run to new highs, work out to find out?
Yep, I wish I would have stayed in that one. That was a mistake. I don't know why. I should have put my stop below this low here.
I want to see a bullish FVG get created here. Get the stopping at the low. The stop is here because of the SMT. That's where invalidation would be. So let's see if we can head back up to new highs here.
Yep, that would have been a good trade. Missed it. I don't know why I moved myself to break even that quick. I thought the rejection of this, changing the state here, was not good, but looks like I could be wrong.
Less than $500 of risk here, so more than okay with this stop. As I mentioned earlier, was willing to risk about $1,000 this morning. So seeing that,
As soon as it gets above this, it's going to deliver.
Very acceptable risk for my risk management here.
I'm not going to take this trade late. I missed it.
Willing to risk $1,000.
That's just the way it goes.
Risk less than 500 to get a result here. So we'll see. Can we go back to new highs? And I would want to see if we can get 1-to-1 here at least. So we'll see.
Now what's interesting is it's not closing above this. So maybe I was right. Let's see what happens. It's definitely having some issues getting above it. Once it does, it should run, which it looks bullish. So
didn't make the bullish FVG. Just barely got a candle closure above the change in state of delivery. So seeing a little bit of drawdown here.
yes,
We'll
did.
see what happens from here. Just kind of consolidating to start the position. Let's see.
Looks like ES did get that close above slightly. If NQ rejects this one again, I'll be surprised, but
NQ tapped into the gap while ES did not. So ES showed to be the stronger pair. That's why I went into the lower time frame looking for a bullish change in the state of delivery.
so for this trade, the confluences were 15-minute tap, IFVG, SMT with ES.
So we'll see what happens.
It is.
All right, going into a little bit of drawdown here. We'll see if we can get any kind of run back towards the highs, or maybe they go for the stop loss. We'll see. About halfway there now.
Risk management may have been good on that one. I should have called it later, though. I would have called it now. I should have let it play out a little bit and see these rejections first before I opted out. But look at that. That tapped in again. See what we do with UPR here.
All right, starting to go into more drawdown. Are they going to pick it up here? We'll see.
ES is not looking good.
Getting close to the stop, so be ready.
I may have made a good call on this one. I don't know, though. That's something I need to do, is just set my stops and let it take me out if it's going to.
Getting close. We'll see if they run to this low right here. That would be a stop. More than okay with the stop once again. Like I said, I was willing to risk about $1,000 today. This is
What's interesting is these are equal lows. I don't know if that has any play in it.
Very happy with the process. Waiting for the tapping to the 15-minute gap. Waiting for the SMT.
This thing's
Waiting
stalling.
for the change in state delivery. Let's see what happens here. Will it be a stop?
Yep.
All righty, chat. It is a stop for today's session. All right, let's take a look at it real quick. So here you can see the SMT that I was referring to. Okay.
Wow.
ES has not ran into this 15-minute gap right here, while NQ already has. Right, so that's the bullish SMT. That is the bullish key level. That is what I was referring to in looking for a bullish change in the state of delivery. We got a bullish change in the state of delivery.
Yeah,
entered the law, but then it came back.
I'm okay with this. Obviously, hasn't gone in my favor yet.
This is a great example of you can get the bias correct, but that doesn't mean you get a winning trade. Right? So there's a difference between analyzing and executing. All right. Now, with that being said, I'm very happy with the risk management. I told you that I was willing to risk about $1,000 today. I only risked, what is this? 400, 719. So probably less than $400. So in terms of risk management, very happy with it. Now, Keith, I'm sorry, but I've said this a million times. I'll continue to keep saying this. This is my public journey. So for you to be taking that as a trade signal, I'm sorry, but you need to be doing your own due diligence. All right, I am not responsible for anybody else's risk. This is me documenting my own trading journey, and I highly suggest that anybody that ever watches
this still actually could deliver. I mean, if you're
okay, this is not a signal. Okay, So, always do your own due diligence. Always click your own buttons. All right. I would not.
ES is about to tap into the 15 minute, which makes me think this could actually still deliver.
That's not what's going on. But L for me today. Not going to make it any worse. I'm very happy with the process. New York Open, bullish bias, key level, bullish 15-minute FVG, bullish SMT, and then bullish shade in the table. So the outcome doesn't determine whether we did good or bad today.
How you doing?
This does. The fact that I adhere to my risk management.
Look at this.
And follow my plan.
So this is a nice little. Oh, I wish this stepped in. SMT right now on ES and NQ.
That's where I'm going to end it off. There's not much more to analyze. It's a loss. We're going to go ahead and document it, and then we'll come back and learn from it and continue to keep executing our plan with strict risk management.
Which makes me believe NQ is the stronger pair right now.
If not, I'm not going to revenge trade here. We'll just wrap it up.
Oh my goodness, ES is almost tapped in. Oh, now it has. Yep. I'm curious to see if this is going to take us out now. I'd be interested to see if it forms another.
NQ trade has not been validated yet. It would be this low right here. But it looks like it might be heading there soon, so we'll see. But it would be this low right here. This is the same low.
It's just tapped into the 15-minute again for NQ. ES is finally tapped in. So for ES, we would need. You got a 1 minute. You gotta get way up here. NQ's not.
All right.
I wonder if we're gonna see another IFVG right here.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit down. I'm not gonna overtrade. We'll document it. We'll journal it. And we'll move right on to the next one. So, if you guys want to continue the conversation, let's bring it over to the general chat of the Discord. That's where I'm going to head to next. It doesn't look like there's any questions coming across, so we'll move right on to the next one. Thank you for your time today. Happy Monday. Let's
it could just be early on this.
Business. Let's manage our risk. Let's stick to the game plan. Right, so let's have another phenomenal week. This is only the beginning. Let's keep getting 1% better than our prior sales every single day. Thank you so much for your time today.
This could be a right here.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. This is going to be it right here, I feel like. Strong rejection out of both. Nice sweep of the lows. This is going to be the move right here. This is probably, if I had to guess, a 30-second IFVG right in here. By respecting the 15 minutes, so I do want to see some strength out of here. And document this real quick. Just got a change in the state on ES, which shows that we're probably going to now get this to deliver. Yep. This would be the change in the state for NQ. With wow.
Order filled.
Put my stop here. So I probably should have taken this on ES. We do need to close above this level here. ES is definitely done the change in state. NQ is struggling with it right now. That's what I'm looking at on ES. ES has a 1 minute gap above it we need to flip. And that's not good. We just tanked. That could be my day right there. Just flip that change in the state so quickly. Yep, we're gonna be done here. It's alright. We didn't close above this. That was my mistake here. The change in the state did not happen. However, it is holding on ES. Let's see what happens here. I think it's still going to want to go lower here. They stop me out.
Stop film.
Yep. So. One more stab at this.
Order filled.
Taking one more stab. I did think we were going to come down a little bit further into this. We have the IFVG here, which hopefully it holds. ES is definitely stronger. The pair just flipped a bearish IFVG out of the 15. Now has close to a change in the state. You know, we need this. We need to get over this quickly if we're going to do this. We did get the close, but we are not getting speed here. We need to get above this level quick. Which, if we go for 2, I'm fine with it. We did get an SMT here. Honestly, I should have been taking this on ES. Look at this LR right here. To me, that shows they're probably going to I'm out. We're just not getting it right here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we get it, of course.
Order filled.
You know what? I don't deserve to be in this because I did get out. And that's, if it runs, it runs. We have to change in the state. I'm at a loss for the day. And that's all we're going to say. So, yep, it's going to run now. Second IFVG was correct. I should have just stayed with my original position. Yes, if they flipped this 1 minute, which it just is about to do, you're going to see that run. We flip these highs. We're jelly. It's all right. this original move was the play. And could have had a 1-on-1 easy right there. SMT with VS. Yeah, this is going to deliver for sure. CISD confirms the trade. Well, I'm down 173 bucks. It's not the end of the world. Should have had a profitable day, but lesson learned. Once you enter a trade, put your stop. That's it. All right. Well, that's the day. That was our trade setup that we were looking for. See you guys tomorrow.